Hello and welcome to the first of what is hopefully many testing session recordings. My name is Kenny Wisdom and I'm from On the Bubble. And today we're going to go over a few games with this Blastoise deck. We're kind of just testing out the whole live recording thing in for OTB. It's something that myself being a big fan of Magic, is pretty familiar with, but the Pokemon community doesn't really have. What we're hoping is that we're going to get a bunch of good deck techs and games with all the decks in the format and decks that you want to see and other things, and hopefully that'll take off and be pretty popular. What we're going to do today is just do five games with random opponents. So you never know what you're going to get, but I'm hoping that I can at least give a little bit of an overview on how to play the deck, and later on, our goal is definitely to have specific tests, to have a Blastoise deck versus a Rizian video. But we're going to see how these go first. These are pretty no nonsense, low cost of having to do them. So real quick, I'm going to be playing Blastoise today. I know Blastoise isn't the most accessible deck. You need four of these beaches, and the deck's pretty inexpensive, but there are inexpensive versions, and I thought that with tournaments coming up, I'd test one of my favorite decks. If you want me to test a budget Blastoise, if you will, a non-beach Blastoise, let me know in the comments. Definitely do that, and we'll try and accommodate what you can. So, what we can, rather. So real quick, going to go over the list. 2 Black Kyurem, it's pretty standard. 1 Execute. Playing a lot, playing Dazzling Machine, playing 3 Ultra Ball. Playing a lot of things, Junipers, obviously, that make you discard, and Eggs is, now that there's fewer donk opportunities in the format, Egg is a good play in my opinion. Playing a Mr. Mime here. Mr. Mime just cuts off bench damage. I'm not actually sure if I want it, but I think it's pretty much an auto-include, at least at the beginning of formats for all these decks. So another thing to note, I guess, is that this all is testing, so I play with this a little bit. I think it's okay, but I don't actually know, so I'm going to be learning just as much as you will. I'm sure that I'll make mistakes. I'm sure that I'll realize there's some issues on the list, but that's kind of what these videos are for. 3 Keldeo, pretty standard. Seen some players cutting to 2, but I like having the extra attacker. 4-3 Blastoise. I've seen some people cutting to 2 Blastoise, but I don't know about that. I mean, you could easily prize 2. You could prize 1 and 1 gets knocked out. Like, I know you don't need them as much anymore without catcher being a thing, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Dazzling Machine is a concession to the Garbodor decks, really. I've been seeing a lot of those online. That hasn't translated to the local, like, actual in real life paper Pokemon metagame, but it very easily could in Dazzling Machine. Essentially, your second copy of Tool Scrapper, your 5th Superior, your 4th Candy just provides a lot of flexibility, where Computer Search provides more consistency. So we'll see. 1 Energy Retrieval. I like having the no discard option for just when you need 2 more. If you've powered up a Keldeo or powered up a Black Kyurem, and you just need a couple more energy. 1 Escape Rope. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be completely honest. I've just been trying different switch / catcher / floatstone alternatives. Along with that, I've got 1 floatstone. Again, those two cards could easily be other things. I'm not sure what they need to be right now, but I wanted to try that out for just maximum flexibility. 1 Heavy, 1 Level Ball. Heavy Ball fetches Black Kyurems and Blastoise. Level Ball gets you Mime, Eggs, and Squirtles. That's what I've been playing for a while now. I think that's probably the correct count, but again, that could change, but I really like it for now. 4 Candy and 4 Superior. I won't really budge on these numbers. This Blastoise deck thrives because you can Black Ballista every other turn or every turn, and you can't do that without energy, and you can't do that without Blastoise. So I think I would pretty much rather cut any other card in the deck besides maybe Squirtle for any of these cards. Tool Scrapper, we already mentioned, helps against Garbodor, helps against decks that run Bangle, all that kind of stuff. Ultra Ball, I'd like a 4th one, but I can only fit 3 in here. I think with the 2 other balls, that's probably fine. Supporter Suite is 4 Juniper, 4 Skyla. Forge Juniper is just the most consistent draw you have in the format, especially now that you don't have to worry about discarding extra Blastoises or Squirtles because they're going to get KO'd less off of without people playing catchers as much. I think it's the best. For Skyla is kind of the same thing as saying I wanted 4 Candy and 4 Retrieval. Just maximum consistency. Again, I've seen players cutting these, and I'm not going to say they're wrong, but it's just not something I would do. And 2 N and 2 Colors. This is what I'm most shaky on. There's not a whole lot of draw in general, and N is pretty bad for the deck, but I think you still need to have some numbering times where you do go behind, which is fairly often. For Beach, again, max consistency. You want Beach on turn 1. You sometimes want to use Beach later in the game. It's just the best you can do. I think I would probably cut. It's probably I would cut Squirtle, these 2, and then it as far as cards I would never cut. So it's just insane. Floatstorm, we already kind of talked about. It's just something I'm trying out. Gives you a way to free retreat. I've seen it be clutch. I've seen it be useless. Not really sure. And then 9-3, pretty standard. I want another water, and I think you could probably cut a lightning if you wanted to, but again, I think this is pretty standard for now. There are definitely some changes I could make, but I think this is standard enough to at least try out. So without further ado, let's get to the games. They'll be in the next video.